What's up, Wolverine Nation? It's your boy TJ Ronin. You can find me on the socials at TJ_Ronin. And we have our very first portal commitment of the portal season. It is none other than the 6'5 X-type wide receiver, Donovan McCulley, out of Indiana, formerly of Indiana. And he's one of the players that left the season early. I believe he took a redshirt season. Let's look at his game log here. Yeah, so he got a red shirt this year. So he should have 2 years of eligibility from my understanding. You guys want to correct me in the comments, you can, but just looking at things, I believe he's going to have 2 years of eligibility. This is the X type, the big body type. This is what Sharon Moore was kind of talking about. If you watch his press conferences, he said he wanted to gain size. He wanted to add size. This is how you do it. We will get into his highlight tape, but let's take a look at his stats right now. 2023 was the big year. He led Indiana in receptions. He led Indiana in yards, also touchdowns. He had a very big year, 13.4 average. Was even using the run game just a little bit. Had a lot of rushing carries. Look at 64 carries in 2021. So he has athleticism. This is a good addition for the class, especially for a wide receiver room that is a bit depleted like ours in terms of not only talent, but bodies. Let's get into his highlight tape. Let's take a look at what he has to offer the Michigan Wolverines. And one of the things you'll see, and what I see when I watch Donovan McCulley, is good, strong hands, hand catcher. Definitely a player who appears to me to be a possession receiver. He can make plays after catch, which you'll see here, or make yards after catch. But really what he's going to do is he's going to get open. He's going to allow himself to be a big target for Bryce Underwood, potentially Billy Edwards, the Maryland quarterback who appears to be trending to Michigan right now. But this is how you solidify your wide receiver room, by getting a bunch of different types. You have an Andrew Marsh who's going to play Z. You have Samaj Morgan you can have in the Y. Michigan, in my opinion, will be looking to upgrade its wide receiver room, not just with Donovan McCulley. I'd be very surprised if this was the final addition to the wide receiver room. So we got to stay patient here and see what else they bring into the portal. But as you can see with this highlight tape, and we'll take a look here, you have a receiver who can find gaps like this, make the play. I mean, this was an excellent catch. I mean, just look at his hands catch, go up and get it. Yeah, I mean, this is what we were really missing this season. I mean, what wide receiver had this skill set look at that catch. Look at the hands. I mean, very impressive. Look at the hands here. Nice. Threw behind him, was able to make the catch, was not at his numbers. He shows the ability to adjust for the ball. Definitely a hands catcher. And look at right here, right? So look at his route. He's taking his receiver. Wow, look at the quick turn here. Makes himself open. Gets himself open. He won the one-on-one. Excellent hands catcher. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty excited, watching this player, and he's talking that ish. He'll be doing that all day against Ohio State. But I mean, it's these type of receivers. You add a bunch of these to the wide receiver room. You give Bryce Underwood the opportunity, to have playmakers on the outside, give him playmakers on the inside. That is how you have the balanced offense that Chip Lindsey is going to be looking for. This wide receiver fits Chip Lindsey's offense. You could see him doing under routes. You could see him doing the curls, these nice 10 to 15-yard routes, which is what I'm looking at in a lot of this highlight tape, again, within the 10-yard line. And if we look at Billy Edwards, which I know I got some shit today for my social media post, just pointing out, I was simply pointing out his accuracy beyond 10 yards. And a lot of people were upset with that. People don't want facts sometimes. It is what it is. But the point being is, when you have a player like Donovan McCulley, he can get you those 10 yards. Like right now, running the under route, right? Running the under route right there. Boom, getting himself open, because you have other wide receivers who are stretching the field. Your Andrew Marshes, right? Potentially Samaj Morgan. Other wide receivers who can stretch the field. Your tight end. We'll see if Michigan's currently looking for a tight end in the portal. Michigan's not done. This is number one in the portal. Fully expect them to get anywhere from 12 to 20 players in the portal. Am I looking at the roster? I've already done, and this isn't a homework assignment for me. After this weekend, I will put an Excel sheet together looking at the 2025 roster. Where are the gaps? Where are the holes? I don't have it quite ready yet because I'm not done with the defense. I have done the offense, but the defense I'm still working on. But hopefully next transfer video, I'll have that for you guys. We can kind of see where guys are fitting. But Donovan McCulley is what I would call an upgraded player for the room. Is this a home run? No. But can this be a productive, high quality player for Michigan? I think so. I think so. If we, for example, if we had Donovan McCulley this year and you give him a Billy Edwards this year, and we need a right tackle, we're a playoff team. We're a playoff team. Those three positions were the difference, in my opinion, on being a playoff team. So, it's nice to see Michigan making the wide receiver position a priority. Obviously, it's the first portal acquisition. It's nice to see Michigan identifying its weakness, which is big body receivers with size. Obviously, they're targeting that. Sharon Moore talked about, if you look at the recruiting class this year, the smallest wide receiver is 6'1", right? You got Jacob Washington, who I believe is like 6'3", 6'4". You got Browder, who's 6'5", and Andrew Marsh is 6'1". They're trying to add speed. They're trying to add athleticism and size to wide receiver. These are all obviously important attributes that Michigan has been lacking. Unfortunately, Michigan's wide receiver room has been on the shorter side. We all know this. And this is Michigan's attempt at remedying that issue. So I do believe McCulley is a strong addition to Michigan. Sound. We got to keep going. We got to keep adding more guys. But what I love about watching Donovan McCulley, though, he appears to be very reliable, right? His hands seem to be very consistent, can go get that jump ball. I mean, that was like, again, a beautiful catch. Look at this catch. Look at the fade route. Boom. I mean, that is absolute. That's elite. That's elite right there. That's not easy, right? So very excited with this edition. This is a good edition. We're not done, right? We got a lot of work to do for the class, but it's a good first addition, in my opinion, to the portal. Looking forward to seeing what Michigan can do with it. And we'll just have to see what comes of that for Michigan. For me, the areas that I believe Michigan's going to be looking to add players is going to be running back. And there's some rumors that Michigan's currently in the running for the Alabama running back. I believe his name, I forgot his name right now, but we got the Alabama running back. I believe we're going to go get another wide receiver or two. I believe Michigan's going to be going after a tight end. I fully expect, we saw Jacob White or Jonathan White on Wednesday visited Michigan. That's the offensive lineman from Liberty, the number 6 offensive guard in the nation. Fully anticipate him, or Thompson, the offensive guard from Northwestern. Fully anticipate Michigan to go after him. 1 guard, 1 tackle, 1 tight end. I'd say 1 to 2 more wide receivers, hopefully 2 more. We really got to beef up that room. An edge position, a defensive tackle, and the running back's name was Justice Haynes out of Alabama, the former borderline 5-star running back. Pretty good player. Didn't have get the full opportunity at Alabama. Michigan appears to be making an aggressive play here for him. Looking forward to that as well. I also anticipate Michigan going after a corner and possibly a safety. So again, the portal season is new. There's a lot that Michigan needs to do here. And watching, honestly, Donovan McCulley as I'm talking to you guys, it's just more and more impressive. Like, this is another excellent catch in the end zone. Like, look at this. I mean, this playmaking ability, that's stupid. That's just stupid, bro. That playmaking ability has been sorely missed since, and I'll say it, Nico Collins. Like, I get Nico Collins vibes watching him play, right? We've not had a player. Now, I would say he does not quite have the Nico Collins speed. He's probably a half step slower than Nico Collins, but in terms of body control, hands, playmaking ability, I see that in watching Donovan McCulley. So again, a nice addition to the class. Excited to see Michigan starting to put it together. Interested to see what they do in terms of next additions, players. I expect it to heat up. We know that Chip Lindsey's now been added. So now what you have is Chip Lindsey going through the guys, vetting. I'm sure he's been doing it all day and all night, identifying what guys he wants to add to the class. And this is your first addition. And it's nice to see Michigan looking for a diversity in the wide receiver room where it's been pretty lacking in that variety of skill sets. So shout out to Michigan. Good job, Sharon Moore. Let's keep the truck rolling and let's do the damn thing. Again, anybody wants to follow me on the socials, it's CJ_Ronin. Our next public show is Tuesday, 8 p.m. Michigan Wolverines Live. You can catch me and John D'Adamo on that. And then Monday, we have our members only hangout. Check us on there. If you are a tier 2 member or higher, you have access to that live stream. Looking forward to it. Shout out to everybody. Have an excellent weekend. And as you guys know, it is always, go blue.